Dr. Know-It, thanks for joining us for American Disasters of the 21st Century. Anytime, Susie. Never forget, that's what I say. We're going to talk about September 11th, also known as 9/11, when a carefully constructed attack against America happened from terrorists abroad. Oh, my! We're going to talk about that right now, and I have footage to show you. Can you get the lights for me? Okay. The World Trade Center Tower 1 has already been hit by a plane. The second one is about to get hit. Oh my! Oh goodness! A 757 has just ran into the building. It had passengers on board, and now people in the towers above and below the impact are trapped. Throughout the hour, firemen and paramedics are rushing into the buildings to save the people, but they're trapped going in, and they're trapped coming down. And then, when the buildings collapse, everyone is killed below from the debris and the smashing building. I'm going to stop the footage right there. That's the World Trade Center before they were hit. Two buildings, very large, financial district of America. There's the picture after one plane has hit the building and another one is coming in to hit it. And after a time, I think it was an hour, they both collapsed, killing a lot of people down below. What people seem to forget is there was other attacks that day. There was an attack on the Pentagon with the 757, and also another plane in the air was headed towards the White House but never got there because passengers brought it down in some Pennsylvania field. We're going to talk about both those things. I have some footage from the Pentagon now, if you want to get the lights again. Uh-oh, that's bad music. That can't mean anything good. We're talking about the Pentagon. The Pentagon has 5 sides, but the terrorists managed to penetrate that with a plane. We're going to see that in a moment. Here it is. There you can see the plane slamming into the side and creating a lot of fire. Once the building was on fire, people were trapped there also, and it burned because of all the fuel, destroying the building.
We're at a hotel in Arlington, Virginia.
Here's some more footage. From the Pentagon. You can see how it created damage in the front there. Across the back. On the 5th side, penetrating 3 of the walls. Okay, I'm going to stop the footage there. If you want to get the lights for me again. There's the Pentagon, as I described to you, has 5 sides. Very strong, top secret network for America. The plane penetrated through 2 of those rings on the Pentagon. There is someone from the Air Force flying above, and they're flying over the Pentagon after it's been hit. Down here you can see the destruction done to that. That was probably a day later, and you can see that there's still cleanup going on there. And cleanup would continue for a year to 2 years after that. Likewise with the World Trade Center as well. Now the third part of that day was the plane that I told you about was headed towards the White House. The passengers on board decided to take matters in their own hands. If you want to get the lights, I have footage from that too. Plane went down in a Pennsylvania field. There's really not much to see there, but there's smoke and there's investigators walking around. The plane careened into the ground and was buried by soil. It impacted so largely. Okay, and you can put on the lights. I'll leave that playing. But I still want to show you. There's the field before the plane went down. And then over this countryside here, the barn, you can see the puff of smoke that's created by the impact of the plane. And then here, there's a very deep hole where the plane embedded itself into the earth. Okay, those are the 3 things that happened that day. We're going to take questions from the audience now. Anyone have any questions? Yeah, who's that man up there? Oh, that's Osama bin Laden. He was behind the attacks. He trained 22 terrorists from Saudi Arabia, and they took flight lessons here and really didn't learn how to land the planes. They just learned how to fly them because they only intended to fly them into buildings. Oh my, that is just terrible. Well, it was a terrible event, and things were never the same. Yeah, they sure weren't. I can't even get on a plane without being strip searched. Thank you for listening. 911 was a terrible event. I'm glad I could come here and talk to you about 911. Hopefully, you'll never forget what this country went through. Thank you for coming.